Good morning, Salon. To those also in the diaspora. And no matter who say, even if not Guinea, Liberia, Ivory Coast, name it. Good morning, Salon. When I brace up, yeah, because this another interesting and a sensitive topic based on there with tribal issues there. Now, Salon. And why make tribalic a very essential or very important in election? A very important as a tool in election. If you know to a tribalic individual or you know deeper any tribalic forum, your chances for being president in this country is minimal. The possibility is slim. With all we great leaders them, none of them no go ever talk or contest say no tribal. I don't care what you call. All the one they will don't rule we from the past to the present, even if they not get a tribalic thing in within the system. But the party, they make them become a tribalic individual. And for power, for opportunity, man can do anything for obtain position. Or that position where they talk say now the ultimate position where all man they try for achieve in life. Where some, because not so all man go and be a president. So before I hit that topic there, before we start, I go and make Lona see my own conviction behind certain small things them we make TAZMO day the way TAZMO day, and TAZMO very neutral and go always they try for enforce and try for correct there with politicians there. I don't get fear for talk or say what they say. I really not get fear because I believe say what they do now the truth and justice will be prevail. And if the Salon people them where they listen proper, where they understand the messages them back go support the movement. They will not go left nobody behind. I just want first kind small precedent or a history. I can always look for first kind small history before I talk about issues them. And this it involve me. I want to point out something also. For all we leaders them who don't ever get in a Salon as president, as ministers them or whatsoever. Now which one for them you don't ever see them picking them become very successful in life or achieve something or better? The only thing you go see them picking and achieve during the time of tenure, some of them, not to all, maybe the opportunity or the privilege for play with small money, the vehicles them, for enjoy your social life, maybe for go club or whatsoever, or maybe them pay for your school fee. But after then things then there's nothing great what we leaders then they do for creating impact in within their own picking force or then child them or children's then wouldn't get. So now my question is, if we leaders they're not able to construct, invest, develop, create a change in within their own family, household for success, for creating impact. Now society they're able to impact. If you didn't be president, enable create impact in your life. Now society go able impact. We don't see situations they even starting with Tijankaba. We know what happened to in late speaking. And this don't they put, you know, the youth them behind as well. Because some of we would look for opportunities them, we not get them. And we don't get people and also we don't hold great positions in this country. But the possibility is slim, say then go pioneer for let you achieve. So what's I want to conclude? It's like say all we political leaders and they all get swear. If they ask you that talk, so say that TAZMO SLIZ, they all get swear. It's like say they all belong to a social or a cult. Whether they say if we become minister or president, we for make sure so we picking or family members they know better. I think so they for agree first to that before they hold power. And once they come into power, they make sure say they actualize that. They will give you small, but they're not going to ever give you enough for lift you up, for let you reach to who say you want to reach, if you get potential. But we get something back on our waist. We then go help them, they go give them, they go promote them, but we're not there. Because they not be groom them from the foundation. a small scenario again. Late Mami Alice and I want face cam with former president Anes by Kuroma Imama. There was a time where I came to this country. I tried for me to the president because he and my daddy are very close individuals them. After Anes, they claim Sena Bombali na my daddy na the president during those time in tenure. Anything where he say na nef court passé. But me and Anes no one day sit down talk. I don't meet with him mama first come. The time where I come me daddy be get small issue. Mommy at least pray for me. Even with he and sister. Because they're very religious. Pray for me, advise me. And I think say maybe some prayer then he pass money. And also ask me for be strong. To be focused. Not make things affect me. Give me just basic advice. Say God take in life. But before that, I even go to lodge because they also give me advice, meet with the president. Then he try for talk to me own daddy when I'm brother. I give the ADC a letter, I go give the pa. The pa gets the letter, but we not be able to see. So what's that they try for thrive at? The all our brothers them, the all our ministers there among the presidents, if they're really concerned for themselves, then go they ask themselves, hey you, how you picking they do? Hey you, how you family members in they do? You don't do anything for develop your family members there while within our power, because now we get chance, maybe. So my point again, up to now, if I tell you say from what I in our power or we come on our power, I don't even attempt to go fena. I lie to you. Because it's pointless. So now I make, you know, ever see me the tower for the APC flag or even the SLPP flag. Because not just APC, even the SLPP there, check their family members there. See which one they do better. They're going ready for pay for our school fees them. But we go always they under we. Now so they don't use for channel the youth them. So me out of experience again at the talk. And former president, Mr. Anes Baikoma, no disrespect. But I don't think say me unless well, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna ever can you also you invite me, I'm not gonna can but I not even get the urge. Now all they make with the youth man in the field. So let we continue here. Why make this tribal business they affect with political issues them? Or we come into voting, or we come into democracy, or if you not become tribalic, you not go become a president. There's great reasons behind this. Where you stand for be president, you need for win. You need for do anything for win. And the tribalism na a tool for let you win inside salon. If you're not tribalic, you no go win. Or if you not pretend for be tribalic, you no go win. And we don't understand what in this tribalism mean. Now where you get problems against another tribe. Now I need to see eye to eye. But if you ask then two political groups there, say what's now a main problem what make una need the pull? I go tell una the answer, say no not get none. No not get any solid or tangible answer whether they affect themselves or become very tribal way kind to politics. So I conclude say then they have fun while they do them. This is not a game. A fun to them. Let me continue. You also need a small niche, or you base, or you belong to a tribal group or associated with a tribal group for let you become victorious. Or even some societal or society groups them. And then society groups say now the basis or the niche them for let you able for become president. Now let elaborate and make it clear to you. If you know to society man, you not belong in the poorer society, just dismiss yourself. If you not belong in Oje, just dismiss yourself. If you not belong in hunting or Bangbani or a lodge member, just dismiss yourself. Because then traditional basis they are. Now then they do the grand work for make sure say that potential candidate becomes successful for be a president. And all them groups there, they're also tribal. The Mendede and the Timnimande, they eat the same society, which is Poro, Soko or Sokobana. Then two groups there, they eat the same society. So even at the Bo area, if you not belong in this society, you not get the potential for become a strong member. Let me continue. What can affect some they also not for be president, even if you get the qualification. You belonging, we don't elaborate small on than the basis there, the society groups them. Your birthplace now also another thing we need to emphasize on. Where you born? Also, where you reside? If you want to be a president and you then a Bombali and you're not Timliman, but it's not SLPP you they run for, and you live in Abo back, or you get houses in Abo, or you reside in Abo as a president, you want to be a president, now SLPP you they run for, they're not going to vote you in. I don't know if you understand what I just don't try to say. Like clarify and back, understand clearly, yeah? If you're not a SLPP individual where they try for run for presidency, and you reside in Makini, but now boy you come out, you potential for win just because you reside in Makini, the possibility is slim. You for then abo, if you come out from Bo, even though we know say the presidency now free to you go for reside, but you got to be a strong individual from the community who say you there. So same thing with APC. If you're not a APC member, we want to be president, but you reside in Abo area or Kono area, then you think say you go be president for APC, where you not come on a Bombali Makeni area. The possibility is slim. All this is based on this tribalic issue. If now we don't person for the near we, so we go able to talk to him, so we go able to sensitize him, so we go know say it belong to we. But if it then on other side, we not gonna allow that. I go elaborate more as time progresses, because we get some of them where they stand for APC, where they are a different part from the north. And chances then possible, we go find out. And also, just like what I elaborated earlier, there's also a language where it comes to this tribalic thing. A language. Not so a street language, but your tribal language is very important for sure say the tribalic movement or what's in there about they work. The Mende man an example and the Timini man like you know a few examples. Right now inside politics, all the Mende man, if you see the big man and they sit down together, they're not going to talk Creole or English. Now Mende they talk. For identify themselves. For sure the tribalic movement. For sure say they harmonize among themselves and they know how make extra person understand or know what they talk. Same thing with the Timni man and APC. Where they all sit down together. Then they talk no other language will pass Timni. Again, another identification. The language is very important. So if you, when they try for run for presidency, you come out of the diaspora, and you don't know how to talk their language there, Mende, Timni, maybe Fula, Limba, etc. You don't disqualify yourself. Because you got to know how to socialize with your people. They get a traditional way, a typical way of doing things inside salon. And I want to make Lona believe say the typicalness of doing things is very important than your land book. The local attitude, the local way of doing things is very important for a politician for know or sabi than the book where you learn. the book where you learn, it they add to it, but now your localness, your typicalness, and your tribalic thoughts them, now very important for be president inside salon. If Mother Bio right now it go inside Bo, and then they talk Creole. Now Mende they talk. The moment we step inside Bo, they forget Creole. Now Mende completely they talk. Same thing with Wopa and SPD na power. Former president. We can Bombali, Isidowuta, totally not timid they talk. All this now a sign of identification and for show the roots of this tribalic thing we don't they grow. Even though they not get any good reason why make them so tribal amongst themselves. Now I make a conclude say that they have fun while they do them. And now we continue. And you know say we come into politics, it's all about numbers. Numbers now they make you win. You for do anything possible for win. So before now we begin to blame the politicians then for being more tribal. Now would that they encourage this tribalic attitude or behavior? Now we the people then. Before the politicians they endorse that tribalic ideology to we, now we force we don't create them. Now what thing we want the people then? If we not be one time, then they continue for pioneer with them. So we'll get the people them where they na this party there or then party there, we're very tribalic. So anytime a politician we're tribalic can with ideologies them for just that party there or that community there or that tribes there they needs or whatsoever, the supports they go high. If you know one win, just not be tribal. You're not going to win. But if you want to win, be tribal. So the OJ group is very tribal, not a niche, not a fan base. The Soko group or Soko banners them, not a niche, not a fan base, very tribal. The OJ, not a niche, not a fan base, a very tribal. And all them bases there, now they do the groundwork for make sure say them politicians there, they win. And the supporters then also, they're very tribal. We need for check ourselves in a saloon. And the diasporas them are sorry for now. Because when you can saloon, you don't say where you come on here. You know, the way of associating with the local saloon man, they go totally different from what you're accustomed to. So when you can saloon, things got to be totally difficult. For let your message go across. Because you know sabi talk the local language. You know sabi act the typical way. You know sabi creates the jokes then what the people are want hear. You know sabi make any comments where you go just make them laugh. Then say, this now we get some tobacco. This now we own. You know, a sense of belonging. So the language you're gonna make at enforce is very important. And today we today we political groups there. How you they entertain you followers them. Or the supporters them. Or now they sit down together amongst oneself, the things the way they say. Or even against the other party, we go create a joke or a laughter. Or against the next tribe. Because I believe say sometimes the Mende man they laugh the Timini man, then the Timini man back they laugh the Mende man each time with all power. With APC kind of power, they know how for clown the Mende man. The way the Mende man back kind of power, they know how for clown back the Timini man. So now a fun game when they face come any development because their first intention is very tribal. No development. They're so tribal that the tribal issues and sentiments then they're so focused on. What's the way they talk for galvanize with people them? Like then there's I know one face can this up, again no disrespect. We still love former president and it's by Kuma. You know, they don't try for develop salon. But based on this preliminary convention, He call all the one day, I guess, will be the contest. And he points this in, and then one day at the Poly Party. Then he also make a statement that if they not take time, he go create a jihad against the individuals there or in party members. There. People then laugh, people then, become aroused to it. Some then gladdy. Even the one day where them points maybe not gladdy, but what's in the people then lack and they can't talk then the commoner talk, the basic talk, the talk where it means something, but you go interpret it in different way. The people then lack honest because honest know how to communicate with the people. It no matter what you honest do. Whether a right or a wrong, you know how to communicate with people. You know how to socialize, you know how to transmit a message. But before that message they transmit, you know how to make joke first with people for cajole them. So you are the community diaspora, you are there into politics. If you don't understand some of them things they hinder your progress. If you don't belong in any society groups, they go hinder your progress. If you don't get any tribalic thought self in within you, or you not accept for be a tribalic individual, it will affect you. Then last but not least, then they able lead them family members them to success. So how then go able lead the nation? What APC or SLPP kind of power, what's in them good for? For pay school fees them. Buy horses them for women them. Send some people and go overseas. Where come by this education, they go pump money there. But you not go reap the benefits of your education. Because they don't plan the system for always let the youth man and they under them. For always they control the youth man. So we go make you learn book, but we're not going to empower you. If not, take yourself, we'll go frustrate you till you forget about your book we learn. Then now you can submit back to it. So now make when you see any young potential youth man we want to stand for president in this country, the possibility is also slim. Because the day they will get that chance there, and the right youth man with the right sense come into power, we can't for do the right thing because we get the foolish one there. You go see say you go begin to cultivate more youth money. And if more youth money begin hold power just now, you know say the waves of the puppet don't go. They wipe them off. They don't time they pass like breeze. But would they buy you by them, would they exercise them? So again, if we they talk of these tribalic issues there in a salon, first and foremost, before we point by the politicians them, we go for accept say we the citizens them, we the people them. Now we get the problem. Now we first become tribal. Now what do we want? Now what do we want here? Now what do they make we gladdy? So then back they use them tools today for disseminate the message and control we. How long Africa? How long Salon? And when we will begin to choose the right leaders them. Now we need for begin to even observe them. When I excuse me, we need for begin to observe them. If you family not structure, you know to a good leader. If neighbor give you family self the basic, put you picking in a school, try for invest into their futures them. You know to a right leader for this country. Because we came to leadership, we say enough for invest your money, I need to go invest them. You want to enough for benefits, and then the benefits. More the young girls them. They make what we look at certain political leader now Freeton. I saw you for face candy so Cherry Coco. Cherry Coco. When I see the blunder, APC blunder, the previous election, we make Madabio become victorious. Samura Kamara na be in running mate with Cherry Coco. Then we get this perception say Cherry Coco gets a strong fan base or a large fan base. But that's not be a lie. Cherry Coco, the only place who silence Sabia in Freetown. Now the provinces they do not sabi Cherry Coco. And what they know Cherry Coco more? Now the young girls them. So why make them be select Cherry Coco for become a vice president or a running mate with Samura a few years ago? Now that's not my question. Now based on sentiment or qualification. We leaders they need to think. Now just maybe at the moment, what's in them feel, what's in them decide, what's in amuse them, now they go with. And this is bad for politics. So now we get, yesterday I did brief on a small prediction about Akisoya as the female, running mates for Samura again. And this could be the second time Samura they run against Madabio, His Excellency. Samura Kamara, if it's done back to Madabio want me for the second time. Egomona Wio, Egomona Bombali, Egomona APC, Egomona the whole Sierra Leoneans probably. Because we all know the truth, say, not to your time. Me, for me, not to your time. You don't age. We need to give a vibrant individual the opportunity for run. But what's in the individuals or the group wants, now that's they go choose or select. Based on what's in again. Friendship, loyalty, favoritism. Name it, we don't understand. And some of them, man, they are the need for retire now because they don't deal with the serve government. For years and years, they eat government's money. And give the next man chance. So, Boko APC man no go glad with me, but me and the man where they talk the plain truth and a fire for fire. We need the fear. So it's all about youth empowerment. What TAZMO SLIZ back the talk, it's all about youth empowerment. Now me and you for better. Now we time this for better. Now me and you for go to aspire for be president or for be minister. For sit down at the MDAs then, for they do certain things they administratively. They're not for going to use we as a subject or a campaign tool for just go campaign. What time done and dismiss we. Give you small money, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. They say go start small business. Next day we go there back. Then someone, I don't give you small thing. My empowerment process standing. So to me, we politicians there, again, they all get swear. And if they ask for that talk so, say now TAZMO SLIZ 9 talk so. So with the big now, with the young generations them, some of them things that I don't highlight, we need for fair way, for the way understand them, and let we divert from such activities. We no need for continue this tribal thing here. We do not get any concrete reason for be tribal, but it happen for you become a politician or a president, inside Mama Salon. And not called for. Because all this, they create a negative impact. The segregation. When people learn for harmonize, now the more we they segregate. And now we they do this to ourselves. So how we go better salon? If we always they segregate ourselves, if we always they try for clown ourselves, they try for fool ourselves, they try for create impediments amongst ourselves, and we think say we they do something for the betterment of salon. Now I make where you see them put street lights in the streets, the typical man and they go cut and pull them. They go make pots. Because they not get value for nothing. You try for develop, you put certain thing in a certain area, then go pull that material, then go use them for their own purpose. The sweat and impact smack. We're not able to sustain what they create. Even if we create and today, tomorrow they spoil. Now leadership. When I just did toward they vote for them people here, I don't understand una saloon. When I get problem. APC, SLPP, una just toward they vote for them people here. And now when I get the problem, una the people them. Una the Sierra Leone people them. Yes, we get for votes, but low they, low they investigate. Low they talk to them people here. Low really creates, then they create constitutions them. We need for begin to create list them. An agreement based on what we want them for do what they kind of office. So what they kind of office, then for follow to them list there. If they not do what they're supposed to do based on the list what they be don't sign for, will they create another method for impeach them? They need for begin to take them work serious. Now that kind of commitments and they will need for create now with systems them, for make sure say they politicians there become accountable. But when they sit down, who fall and who fall foot, who appoint, say, who put in a power, and we need the only responsible for nothing. You think some other be government hold anybody accountable for something right now? Because in back, they know say where you come out, say go and check them. Now called check and balance. So before you check the next man, you got to check yourself back first. Because eventually, when they come for you, what do you put them through? The same thing they got for can put you through. So that fear, or that panic that they make, they moderate. And they make them just the right word self now even economy, but then just know they do their work. What's they supposed for enforce, they need to enforce them. What's they supposed for do, they need to do them. That they compromise. Now the word this one boy use. They don't compromise. And the compromiseness go make politics, now they go before. Or the developments of Salon, now they progress. Because any leader will come, he must compromise. And also they compromise to people them, based on tribalic issues them. So let me wise up Salon, let we left this tribal business. And now, last but not least, let not forget this. They don't begin to use the artist unions them as a base group. Now, excuse me again. They don't begin to use their artist unions there as a base group. It's just like what they identify just no say. The Sokobana them, the Oje them, the hunting them, all things like a base group that they use for campaign. Now the artists them also they don't use it as a base group. So we see now we artists they all on scatter. We get some now within our SLPP, some now in APC. Because then also they able to create a movement for numbers. Numbers. It's all about numbers. What you able to do for below we get numbers for win election. We not care whether you can be the most swagger individual in a society. But as long as you able to create numbers, kind of with you. Will they support you? Will they encourage you? But they're going to encourage you, but they're not going to ever empower you. How long do they dance behind the people here? How long? Then when I read back the votes, the theory funny about Solomon, we don't vote them in, they don't kind of power. They want that kind of power 2-3 years later, and I look back at the same one, they begin to grumble back. Ah, both, we know, this people back and they try. I would say, say them, leaders, they are not sober. Any Southside hospital day, when a government hospital, that road day for going to that hospital day, enough for ever gets problem. Bombs or gallop. McKinney will get government hospital, yeah? And we road with out there and call her Makama Road. From the starting to Makama Road, till you almost get to the hospital. If you're not a woman, pass God help you. But you go don't get miscarriage or you go don't get problem before you reach the hospital. Because the gallops they will get is fearful. And when they become leaders, them, the basic things they will not even understand what to do. Hospital road, if it be fixed, concrete, the vehicle say, or bike man able to pass, go there freely, in case emergency. But when emergency come back, now gallop there, you go experience, till you reach the hospital. Salon, we sorrowful. Then now we this back where they campaign for them people there. When I rise up, me I tire, but I no go tire for talk. I tire with them, but I no go tire for talk. And I they point them out. I ready for embarrass them. I ready for pulling secrets them. Make them back buck up. Make them know say some man in the way wise and we get yai for them. We get we eyes them for them. We people that don't suffer as slaves so many years ago. Even now we territories out there so in the colonial days. Hey boy, when I need to reflect so all the things in there. What's in the blacks they experience overseas at the diaspora, even at the homelands them. The conflicts that what them people that don't create, the death what they don't cause. The molest, what they don't molest, kill, deprive with people them, hang with people them, torture with people them, and when back just they contribute to that same concept. Even if you not take gun, you shoot more man, but when they kill them slowly, you just don't kill them. Now the same thing. And for the major one now, where they pull back Salon, then one day where they create proposals them, where they write projects them. And mostly back now, we government leaders there and politicians there, we will go subscribe to somebody, write a project, like try for seek funding. Then if they give una money, whether they fund for go buy certain, drugs or whatsoever for help society. Let me say a drug, a specific drug. Maybe they give them 10 million, say, go buy this drug here for help society. Whether not the UN now, or other groups them. What's in Salomon go do? We know how for write same proposal or them projects there. But for that $10 million what they go give them, now only $1 million they go use for buy the drugs. And whose drugs then they go buy? A counterfeit drugs. Something where they go package up the same, they get the same brand, the same name, but the contents where they inside, whether it's active or not active, good or not, whether they kill you now or not, it no matter. As long as they don't create the box or the package, they're ready for distributor. So they give you 10 million for go make, you spend 1 million, then you keep 9 million in your pocket. So I make one of the grumble right now about excellency. Again, I need to try for disrespect nobody. Miss Fatima Bio, where they talk about this, Answer for Our Girls campaign. What's the benefits from that? Well, only God knows. But some of them things are not just the present, even the past, can do them. So with politicians, they know how for right projects, or ask individuals saying for right projects. But once the money come, they need to spend it in the right mannered way for me and you who better one. Again, who sell that money did they go? Girlfriend them. Send people overseas. Build house for people them. Buy motorcar for women them. Enjoy their life, take God, take them time. Then the country go they suffer, and then picking them back go they suffer. So I just want left now with this, just for wise them up small. Not going gladly too much, not going dance too much in the streets for campaign. Where you want dance, so you want to enjoy yourself. Now that pen and paper wait time which for votes. And make sure say you vote for the right one. Now the time this we need for even shun them. Whether they create a convention there or whatsoever meeting, they need for begin to see less crowd. We need for stop for go they go to their conventions there. May they talk to themselves. Until they begin to sell, good ideologies there, what we go ready for buy. And we'll make sure say we'll put them into contract, we then come into presidency, therefore act on that. If not, we dismiss you back. And that's thing that we need for do. But when they make convention, when they call small meeting, with the youth man, we ready for glad election we eat another. Now I make the treat sweet the election we eat another. Now I make the bobo we take the election we not bobo them. We not be big man them back. So now stay blessed. Now boy TAZMO SLIZ the servant. And when I ask, he left by you are. Now na boy again and I get work for do. And me people there we go save una. If you blind, you go see. If you deaf, you go hear. If you need to work, I don't know what's in for do with Sandy. But we'll make sure say we move you for let you get to the destination, let you know what's in your go on. So now na boy again TAZMO SLIZ, we na stay blessed.